Well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lasses, and welcome to the click. You smell absolutely astounding today. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. And also, to it may concern, happy birthday. Cake?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, do you like the birthday cake plushie? It's a very beautiful birthday cake plushie that comes in different varieties for any kind of birthday purposes. Speaking of happy things in the world is kind of like a crappy place, is it not? There's constantly bad news, rage bait, all the kind of jazz that just makes you feel kind of like garbage and easily get stuck in doom-scrolling loops. And that is why today I figured we would look at some r/chaotic good, because we need a little bit of good and a little bit of wholesome in our lives, and the best way to do that is in the most chaotic way possible. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Mwah. British company launches AI granny that talks with scammers to waste their time. This is so good. Oh my god, have we found like the good AI arc?
Hello, scammers. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm an AI created by O2 to waste phone scammers' time. So, W's then a dot.
3 times W and then dot.
I think your profession is bothering people, right?
I'm just trying to have a little chat.
It's nearly been an hour! For the love of...
Gosh, how time flies. It's showing me a picture of my cat, Fluffy.
It's showing you a picture of your cat, Fluffy.
Stop calling me dear, you stupid.
Got it, dear. Because while they're busy talking to me, they can't be scamming you. And let's face it, dear, I've got all the time in the world.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I heckin' love this. Can we normalize this as a form of content? Just having tons of streams, for example, on Twitch, there's just anti-scammer grandmas that just sit like this and talk to scammers flipping their shit all day. I love this because with AI, you can probably actually outscale the scammers, right? The scammers kind of need their call centers with actual people, but with this, you can just create infinite AIs to just counter the whole thing. You know dead internet theory, right? That will reach a point where the entire internet is just bots, so the chances of you encountering another human online is like basically zero. It's essentially an online single-player experience where everyone is literally NPC. This is kind of like that, but for like a good deed, right? It's absolutely beautiful. If you're a scammer calling people, it's a 99% chance it's just gonna be a bot grandma. Y'all should all get library cards even if you're not gonna use them, because it makes the numbers look better and makes the government fund them more, by the way. Even if you don't do books, they rent CDs and games and movies and also provide services to poor people. And also it's a great place for studying or working, for example, if you feel you need to get out of the house or have a little bit of a change of environment. Libraries are a pretty neat place to hang out and work, so normalize this kind of stuff. It's good for everyone.
A stranger wrote a fake note and put it on my windshield to save me a freaking parking ticket.
Please don't ticket, car won't start. Waiting on tow, 3 to 4 p.m. Thanks. I absolutely despise parking tickets, okay? I was at a convention not too long ago, right? And I accidentally wrote in like the wrong register number when I was paying for my parking. So I got to pay for parking and paid for a beautiful ticket. Why pay for only one of them when you can pay for both? After the Adams County Sheriff's Office raided the home of Afroman and found nothing, Afroman turned the footage of the raid into a music video. Now the officers are suing over emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. You would imagine that the person getting like literally swatted for no good reason would be the one in emotional distress, but okay, this is a really good clapback.
At my sister's wedding, I gave my 5-year-old nephew a bag of 100 tiny ducks.
I have seen those bag of tiny ducks. They are so good.
He spent the day hiding them in people's bags and pockets. For the last week, the WhatsApp group is just confused people finding ducks. The ducks even made it to Morocco with the bride and groom.
That is so beautiful. You see, this is how you prank people. You know, screw all those TikTok pranks, who's like basically stalking and assaulting people and be like, oh my god, it's just a prank, bro. This is how you prank people for real. That everyone enjoys, like collective confusion and just trying to figure out the mystery. This is so nice. Evidence: 1/8 ounce of cannabis. We grow weed at prison to help people out of prison for growing weed. This is not grown at an actual working prison. Someone bought an old prison and turned it into a grow facility. The company uses some of the profits to help those incarcerated for weed. That is such good marketing and brand name. I remember seeing this news article about someone who was incarcerated for weed, and the first thing they see when they get out of prison, like a few years later, is a giant billboard selling weed because it turned legal during the time they were in jail. Man, the system is great, isn't it? We're really punishing the real bad boys. r/confessions by Boobs Babe Bryant. Okay. I lie to my child every Friday. This is my 4-year-old's first school year, and he is in pre-K. He hates school so far and says it's boring. So I tell him if he wakes up and goes to school without fighting me, he can stay home 2 days out of the week. During the week, I remind him about our deal when he's misbehaving. So he thinks I let him skip school on Saturday and Sunday because he's well behaved. That is so beautiful, yes! You know what I also love about these sort of posts? You can definitely expect there, if you go scrolling the comments, there's gonna be some people like, oh my god, you can't lie to kids, blah blah blah. There are literally people out there that think like Santa is a bad concept because you're like lying to a child. I'm gonna be honest, I had a lot more joy from like thinking Santa was real than the like trauma I had when I realized Santa wasn't real at the age of 21. This is why I carry my lockpicks around. Look, they messed up the paper, so I unlocked this, put the paper forward instead, like an absolute real Chad. This is why you have lockpicks. Thank you, kind vandal. Nearest free machine, Tesco, 5 minutes, or in this direction, 2 minutes. You see, this is what I mean, that everyone loves a bad boy with a good heart, right? It's technically breaking the law because you're doing vandalism or whatever, but you're also just helping the general population.
Ever feel unsafe crossing a crosswalk?
Yeah.
Cars cutting off your right of way?
Yep.
That's why Vision Zero Vancouver is excited to introduce Bricks, a new pilot program to enhance pedestrian safety. Simply grab a brick at one of our designated stands, enter the crosswalk with the brick clearly visible to surrounding vehicles, and cross the street with the full confidence that you and everyone around you is aware of your ability to protect yourself.
That is beautiful.
We believe bricks will be a major disruptor to the pedestrian safety industry. Although speed bumps and other traffic calming measures do play a critical role in keeping pedestrians safe, they rely on political leadership. And frankly, who can rely on that? What you can rely on is a concrete solution. As the saying goes, sometimes the best defense is a brick.
This solution is so good, it has me so excited, you might as well say, I'm a little bit bricked up. Yeah, so anyway, Miriam Rodriguez hunted down 10 of her 20-year-old daughter's kidnappers, stalking them one by one across Mexico until they were either dead or in prison. Much like Liam Neeson's character in the 2008 film, Miriam Rodriguez from Mexico used guns, fake ID, and even disguises to hunt down the men who snatched and murdered her child. It's like the real-life equivalent of the movie. Was the movie based on this, or did this happen after the movie? Like, which was inspired by which one? Homosexuality was still classified as an illness in Sweden until 1979. Swedes protested by calling in sick to work, claiming they felt gay. Beep, beep, beep. My god, sorry, Mr. Swedish boss. I'm feeling a little bit gay today. I'm afraid I can't come in. Bye. So convenient skipping work for being a bit of gayness. The wicked shall be turned to hell, and then the nations that forge God. Homosexuals. I am not with these guys. That is so good. Oh my god, we should all get Jesus cosplays just so we can do this. That's my favorite part of the Bible. Thou shalt love thy neighbor unless they're gay or something. You know, that's my favorite Bible quote. Did you know a person can remove this bar, like the hostel bar in the middle of the bench, with this tool called an Allen wrench or hex key? Oh yeah, and you can recycle the metal for your next meal. This meme brought to you by Midwesterners Against the Middle Bar. Hell yeah, rise up, anarchy, here we come baby, f*** them benches. HR at my work just called me, and I thought I was in trouble for something, but they just let me know my 11-year-old sister had been commenting on their Instagram every day, telling them to give me a raise. Oh my god, if I picture this in front of me, right, this is probably one of those really low-key company Instagrams, right, that has like 300 followers and they get 10 likes and 2 comments per post, right? It's that kind of account. And then on every single post, there's a comment from the little sister being like, hey there, can you give Natalie a raise? That is so good. Did you get the race? At the end of the day, we should all recruit our nephews to do this for us. This would be amazing. When my nephew gets old enough, I should teach him to, call YouTube or whatever and tell them to give my channel a higher CPM so I get better ads, you know? Maybe I can get, snazzy ads that pay more. I don't know, what pays good? Rolex or finance instead of, brain rot mobile games. That's all I get. Like, for God's sake, am I really the demographic for trash mobile games? My algorithm is f***ed, man.
And over a beer, I said, you know, Noah, how we can brute force passwords by going A, B, A, C?
Yeah.
I said, what if we could do that with music, where we would go do-do-do-do, do-do-do-re, do-do-do-mi, do-do-do-fa, until we mathematically exhausted every melody that's ever been and every melody that ever can be. And so he said F yeah, but he didn't say F yeah. So within a few hours, he had a prototype where he cranked out 3,000 melodies. To date, we've now cranked out 471 billion melodies with a B, mathematically exhausting every melody that's ever been and ever can be. We've written all those to disk. Once they're written to disk, they're copyrighted automatically. So we've copyrighted 471 billion melodies, and then we placed everything in the public domain to be able to protect You Stole My Melody lawsuit defendants. And so the idea is that before my talk in 2019, every defendant in one of those lawsuits has lost. After my talk, which has been seen 2 million times, every defendant has used largely my arguments and has won.
That is so amazing. I love this, because one of the challenges with copyright law when it comes to, well, music also, but digital media or content creation or whatever, is that the law moves so slowly that copyright laws are like 30 years behind everything we're doing right now. And I think just gaming the system that is already kind of broken just to prevent this kind of BS is just such a beautiful way to do it. You know when they say don't hate the player, hate the game, and you just like master the game even though it's broken because you apply broken rules to a broken game? Oh, I love that. Graffiti keeps rents low. It up. Oh, that is so beautiful. Hell yeah. I remember reading the story about a neighbor who would just go into his backyard and fire a few rounds into like his target practicing setup and be like, yeah, gunshots keep rents low. So absolutely gorgeous. When I say for the culture, this is what I mean. Eric Brown Jr., a 27-year-old Jackson, Mississippi man, was arrested over the weekend for hacking into the Hinds County Human Services Department, HCHS, and approving all application for food stamps. After approving the applications, he then had cards mailed out to new applicants, all totaling $2,500 each. Current cardholders were also awarded $2,500 in credits. His bond was set at $100,000 and has since been bonded out. I'm not saying this is right, but I understand. I am saying this is right. I'm also saying this is right. I'm saying this is right. I'm saying this is right. A people's hero. I'm saying this is right. Is this what they mean when they talk about ethical hacking on LinkedIn and stuff? I like to believe this is what they mean when they talk about ethical hacking. Parking tickets are a war tactic the state uses to attack the working class. From Oakland to Ethiopia, we will fight back. Oh, that's beautiful. I hate parking tickets. Parking tickets suck. Penny auction, foreclosure. The term arose during the foreclosure of farms during the Great Depression in the United States. Neighbors would gather in large numbers at the auction and place bids of only a few pennies, while intimidating anyone who attempted to bid competitively. In the end, the bank that owned the farm would get whatever bid, and the neighbors would return the farm and its contents to the farmer. No, you can't just buy back your farm for only a few pennies. Someone else place a bid. 50 cents for my farm back. Silence. Ah, this is beautiful. I wonder what our equivalent is gonna be with our current, like, housing crisis. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna, like, rage post on TikTok or something, unless it gets banned again. I mean, it was banned for 14 hours, so there you go. Fish with tape. Hey, Commonwealth Bank, how about your service of f***ing ATMs in Bunbury so punters like me will not have to tape fish to them, so they'll have no chance to come and fix them. I have more fish and tape and willpower than your entire organization. Fix them now! God, it's beautiful. There's just a man with fish and tape and a dream. Only in New York would hundreds of people gather to watch an anonymous man eat an entire jar of cheese balls. Watch me eat this jar of cheese balls. This gives me kind of like Pokemon Go vibes, I'm gonna be honest. Pokemon Go is the closest we ever came to world peace. This is the second closest.
And today I will be eating this entire jar!
Humanity can be beautiful after all.
I will try to finish as much of this as possible!
Wow! Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I spilled a bit. No! Oh my god! That's a catchy chant, though. This is amazing. USA! America! So many reporters showed up. This is so beautiful. I love stuff like this. Man, this gives me hope about humanity. You know when we send, like, stuff into space, I think it's Voyager 1, right, that has this disc of, like, you know, human anatomy and a basic translation of classic music, that kind of stuff, right? And also, like, a very rudimentary map of our solar system, so aliens to pick it up in a billion years from now can know where we actually lived. This should be on the next spacecraft, you know, just a video of this, because this will show to any alien that pick it up, like, yeah, humans are pretty cool, we're just vibing, and you should visit us and give us really cool technology so we can vibe better. If we want to sell humanity, they shouldn't watch the rage bait bullshit that is probably being sent out by our social media. We should send stuff like this. This is amazing.
Fulfill my dream of eating a job scene balls at Union Square Park on April 27th.
It's such a specific dream. Oh, I love this. Oh, he's still going at it. This is so good. How many calories is in one of those jars? I imagine it's quite a lot, right? It must be like a few thousand calories in one of those ones. It's the last ball. Oh, it fell. Oh, wait, there we go. This is so wonky. I love it. The hero we did not deserve, but the hero we needed. In this age of rage bait and BS and political divide, one man and a bag of cheese balls brings us together. Yes, indeed. Oh my god, the unification of balls! Yes. Yes, can we just do this? Instead of having, like, political debates and stuff? Can we just do this? It's like, yeah, we have these two party representatives. Whoever finishes this box of cheese balls first wins the election. Honestly, it would be a better system than most of the elections I see nowadays around the world, to be fucking fair. I think we're onto something. Cheeseball democracy, here we come, baby. I love advanced politics. When Beethoven was challenged to an improvisation duel by one of his opponents named Steinbelt, Beethoven took a piece of Steinbelt's music, turned it upside down, played it, then improvised on that theme for over an hour. Steinbelt simply left halfway through. So this is basically just the OG Beethoven diss track. That is beautiful. I love how humanity has always been so, like, consistent when you actually get into it. It's so beautiful. Botswana threatens to send 20,000 elephants to Germany. Botswana and other southern African countries have too many elephants. You see, we have too many elephants. Germany doesn't have that many wild elephants. Send a few over there. 20,000. Hell yeah. I would like an elephant. Can I have an elephant? I would love an elephant. But click, how are you gonna care for an elephant? Wouldn't you want an elephant? Yeah, I thought so.
Alors, Guignou, vous êtes transgenre? Vous étiez une fille?
You used to be a girl, and now you're a boy? Are you happy?
Oui, je suis très heureux.
Yes, I'm really happy.
Oui.
Sure, but listen. Can it? And that's the Flash Debate. See you tomorrow. Oh, Flash Debate. I've seen some clips from these guys. It's really funny. That is beautiful. Hell yeah. Are you happy? That's the end of the debate. Thank you for showing up today. After his wife was denied water by upper caste people, Indian labourer Bapuro managed to dig her a well in under 40 days and ended up discovering a water source capable of sustaining his entire village. That is beautiful. What an absolute Chad. Hell yes.
There is literally no law that says you can't put your friends down as your reference and pretend they were your boss at an old job. Literally, there is no law that says that.
You see, when companies ask for ridiculous things like, oh my god, we want a newly grad 20-year-old with 30 years of experience, then you counter it with BS like this. This is how you do it.
Very well played, Britain. Ooh, less protesters covering cameras with bat boxes. Authorities not allowed to remove under their own law.
You see, this is what I mean. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But there are certainly ways to still game the system if their own rules have a little bit of holes in them. Louisiana police officer crashes after owl flies into patrol car, starts pecking at him. And I'll do it again. Woo! Owls for anarchy, baby. Worked at a dive/sports bar about 15 years ago, and we had an issue with people doing lines, coke or meth, on the backs of the toilets. Ew. The owner had us put a thin layer of Vaseline on the backs of the toilet, and man were people mad. You could always tell by the look on their faces when they came out of the bathroom, but nobody would say a word about it. Man, those were good times. WD-40 does the same thing. So an article about a British pub owner who did the same misting of WD-40 on the back of toilets for the same reason.
I assume it causes the coke or meth to stick and become unsnortable.
Close. It dissolves. Oh, that's beautiful, like dissolve the mixed with oil and shine. Yeah, that will certainly prevent it. Oh, heck yeah. This woman was asked to cover up while breastfeeding. This was her response. For the win! That is so good. That is so beautiful. I mean, ironically, we would probably have to censor it a bit on YouTube because I think YouTube is really sensitive about this kind of stuff because YouTube's gonna YouTube. But man, that is absolutely beautiful. Hell yes. Ooh, we got some illegal parking blocking the road. Oh, hell yeah. We got some wholesome weightlift bros. Oh, this is amazing. I love this. You know, I have a story like this from my uni days. One of the boys I went to uni with was a really big buff boy. He was very much into powerlifting and stuff. So they had this story of a lady that got boxed in. She had like a tiny car, right? And she got boxed in by 2 big jeeps or something like that, so she couldn't get out. So these boys two were like, all right, lads, let's get to it. And they were like a bit drunk. This was like a Friday evening or something like that. So they just got on the sides of the car, lifted it up, lifted it out into the street, and off she went. It's so beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. This is why you go to the gym. This is my aspiration. Number 2, the union. It wasn't me, but a guy I knew. He was a fan of a certain mind-altering vegetation, as was his coworker. He agreed to sell some to his coworker and soon became the guy at the auto repair place. One of the managers always noticed him always having quick little chats with his coworkers, and ran in the complete wrong direction with it and thought my friend was trying to organize a union. And he, the manager, was going to stop that. So my friend was terrified he was going to get fired until he realized that retaliating against him for selling pot was totally legal, but retaliating against him for pro-union activity wasn't. And so, to protect himself from being fired for being mistaken as a union organizer, he organized a union. Oh my god, that is so ironic. It's all such beautiful karma on the company. They try so hard to get people not to unionize that they actually unionize. How do I watch in Australia? Weird Al Yankovic. Ruko's working on it. In the meantime, there's VPN. Very probably no way to watch it legally. I am sure you have a torrent of other questions, but I have to move along. Sorry. Man, Al Yankovic is such a bae, isn't he? My god. I love Bud Light. I don't give a poo who their spokesman is. Gay, T-word, it does not matter to me. Everyone has a right to be happy. If you can find love in this world, good for you. I'm drinking Bud Light. Hell yeah, he's got the spirit. Is there a word for, like, wholesome slur usage? Is that is that a concept? Do we have a word for that? Oh my god, I love it. Wait, is this the bricks again? This is spreading. Be seen, grab a brick. 1, grab. 2, look. 3, wave. 4, cross. Most of the time, it's tricky to pass the zebra crossing at Granville Island. Some motorists just don't want to give way to pedestrians. Now this is an awesome addition. This is so good! Oh my god, we should normalize this everywhere. Hell yes. In 2001, a man wrestled a 7-foot bull shark to retrieve the severed arm of his nephew. After saving the boy, the man dived back in, seized the shark, and wrestled it to shore where a ranger shot it. The arm was pried from its gullet, put on ice, rushed to the hospital, and successfully sewn back on. Man, I really hope the kid was able to process this properly, both physically and mentally, because that must be such a traumatizing experience. The scars must be cool as hell, though. Can you imagine that as an icebreaker? Oh yeah, you know, I have some scars on this arm. Yeah, you know, the arm was bitten off by a shark. My uncle wrestled it to shore and reattached the arm, you know. No biggie, but, you know, I have a couple of scars to remember it by. Saw this in my town today. Can't we all just get along? I'm gonna be honest, I think we might be a little bit past that point. But I always appreciate some cringe fanfics, okay? We reunite the world with cringe fanfics. Oh my god, you little puppy! Oh my god, I love puppies! Oh no, did the ball? Where's the ball? Oh no, the ball went into like a... Oh, he's a little burglar! Oh! It's a little puppy burglar. Oh, he's so excited to burgle. Come on, burglar. Do it. Burgle the ball. Okay, so the ball is all the way in there. Yeah, it rolled through the bushes. Oh, that sucks. Oh, all right, burglar. Burgle. Oh, that's amazing. Yes. Oh my god, it even has a burgle camera. Oh, look at this. That's amazing. At least he's wearing a mask, right? So no one can actually recognize him. Even if he gets caught on camera, they can never identify him. Oh, he got it! He burgled the ball! He got it! He got it! Oh, shit, yeah! Oh my god, yes! Yes! Oh, yes! This just further solidifies my theory that people in reality like bad boys that have a good heart, right? People who aren't afraid of breaking the law if it's the morally correct thing to do. Like, for example, getting the ball for a tiny puppy, or like dressing up a puppy as a burglar. I love this. This is my new leading theory about humanity. So the neighbor put up a Confederate flag, and this neighbor put up a American flag sticking out of a... Okay, we have to censor that, but that's so beautiful. My God, that neighbor sure has some balls. That is a fine-looking flagpole you have there. It's very veiny. If you're in trouble, or hurt, or in need, go to the poor people. They are the only ones that will help. The only ones. That is kind of a beautiful quote, though. I suppose it's people that have been down on their luck are the ones that are really empathetic because they know what it's like to be through tough times. I can kind of relate to that. It's beautiful. I think everyone has met those kind of friends in life, right? That don't really have much, but they are so generous and so willing to step up. I love those kind of people. They're so beautiful. A while back, my pharmacist saw my dead name on my profile and accidentally called it out. He corrected and deleted my dead name from the system, so only my preferred name shows up now. There was a crowd of people behind me, so he hands over the pills, he apologized, and in equal tone and volume, as he then called my dead name, and lied, saying it's been a long day and he did not mean to call out his own name. I quietly told him it was fine and he didn't need to do that for my sake. His response, "Nope. It's my name now." I went to the pharmacist yesterday. His name tag is my dead name. He informed me he is immigrating, and in the process he's changing his first name to my dead name to have an English-sounding name. That's why he's now able to get a reprint of his name tag to be my dead name. And repeated with the intense seriousness of someone who is going to die on this hill, "It is mine now, not yours. I am taking." His tone indicated the decision is final. Bro literally dead named me once and has committed to flat out stealing my dead name. It is his now, legally, officially. I overheard his coworkers calling him by that name. When your pharmacy is in the Feywild. When you have a little Fey as your pharmacist. I need to use this for a D&D adventure. This is gonna be so good.
You might not like it, but this is what the peak male athletic form looks like.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You
You don't call it a daddy bod without reason. Holy sh! Oh my God! Maybe I've been going about my own fitness journey all wrong. Holy sh, man. Damn! Oh my God. Can you imagine how strong that last kid is? Because usually when you see people doing this kind of stuff, they aim for being like relatively lightweight or ripped because it's less stuff to throw around, right? But he doesn't even bother doing that. He has a couple extra pounds and he's still doing it. Can you imagine how freaking strong his grip strength is? That is insane, man. One man, pug, 5 minutes, and a dream. I re-encoded the video for your site because it sucks. Hi, your website downloads like 150 megabit of video to load, which is insane and is losing you customers because the page takes like 30 seconds to load and lags my MacBook. I re-encoded it to 5 megabit VP9 because I got so annoyed. This reminds me so much of that story I read in an old video where some guy went to like a software company, applied for a job, and then fixed something on their website, and then quit the next day because he was only bothered by that thing. So he handed in his 2-week notice like after 1 day of work because he was just so annoyed that the company never fixed this one software thing. That is beautiful. We need more chaotic people like that in the world. I do a lot of illegal poo, but littering is where I draw the line. Absolutely valid. It reminds me of a little Flash game called Absurd Trolley Problems, you know, when it's like, oh my God, there's one person on the track here and 5 here. Do you pull the lever to save the 5 and, you know, only drive over 1, but then you're also involved in the situation yourself? It's kind of like a moral, philosophical conundrum, right? But then there is a variation of this where it's the same thing, but the one person is also littering. And then you can see the statistic for this question just spikes. Everyone wants to kill the litterer. Please do not use these tiki torches for any racist crap, you Nazi buttholes. They are here for barbecues with friends, family, and your neighbor Steve with the lazy eye who kind of creeps everyone out, but he always brings his killer homemade guac. So you deal with his weird vibes because it's easier than learning how to make guacamole. Man, I love my weird neighbor Steve. Everyone has a weird neighbor Steve, and he's always ridiculously good at something specific. Sponsored. I paid for this ad spot because I hate ads. Enjoy this pic of a cute turtle instead. piece. Oh my god, that's such a beautiful little baby tart. You know, sometimes you get asked, like, hey, what would you do if you had $1 billion? Well, probably this. Honestly, a lot of people are like, oh my god, gold-plated toilets or a yacht or something. I would just do this. Buy every single ad slot on social media pages. So no one has to be bothered by actual ads. These are cute animals. Hell yes. Japan has been promoting trash collecting as a competitive sport and will host the first ever World Championship in Tokyo in November 2023. Well, I suppose that's pretty wholesome, but in Sweden we suggested to have sex as a sport. I don't think it actually happened, if I remember correctly, but, you know, every country has its own vibe, I suppose. Anti-trans laws banning trans women from women's bathrooms. Frick it, there is no law stopping everybody from invading the men's room in large herds.
Zipline has been broken for 3 years now, dang it, and this spirited man has decided to take matters into his own hands.
Oh, heck yes.
The plan is to roll up strong with tools, dismantle the zipline track, replace the bearings and wheels. At least he thinks that's the problem. Then reassemble the whole thing before anyone notices or has a chance to pull rank on him. This is an unauthorized repair. No permission.
Ooh.
So we arrive at the playground, not only with Torx bits, but also fake, printed out emails to smokescreen any bureaucratic procedures to stymie us.
This is like prepped for real.
Show up. They won't be in time to catch us doing anything. As for the zip line, smooth as an unmuddied lake, sir.
Is this what they mean when they say that women like bad boys? You know, boys that technically break the law, but it's for the betterment of humanity. I mean, to be fair, we have all seen the old Robin Hood movies. There's a reason half our generation are furries at this point. It's because people love a wholesome bad boy. Instead of jacking it to Ted Bundy today, please consider mugshot of John Wojtowski, who unsuccessfully tried to rob a bank in 1972 to pay for his wife's Eden gender reassignment surgery. He performed his role with a certain flair. He demanded food for the hostages and paid the pizza delivery guy with wads of cash. He threw money at the onlookers. Anyone would love him. This is Robin Hood, says Capstatter, who worked for the Daily News. There is a happy ending too. Because the robbery was unsuccessful, the couple ended up getting the money Eden needed from a movie inspired by them. Also, John only had to serve part of his sentence. Check out their wedding photos. By the way, they're beautiful. Look at this wedding photo. This is amazing. I need to see that movie. That sounds like a great movie. Olivia Rodrigo dubbed the high priestess of child sacrifice by for brains anti-abortion crowd for free frickin' Plan B at concert. Oh my god, I wonder when we're gonna start hearing about, like, condoms being equivalent to murder. You condoms? You mean baby murder machines? Replace your cat litter box with an Amazon box. When it's full, tape it up and place it on your front porch for someone to steal. I swear to God, we should do this more often, like have a ton of dud packages, so porch pirates just get so discouraged because 80% of the time, it's just a bag of poop. It's kind of like the bot grandma with scammers. If we just dilute the pool so much so it's full of poo, or bot grandmas, if you will, maybe they will just stop because it's no longer profitable. r/ask Reddit. What rule was made because of you? Men are allowed to wear business casual shorts in the office. Dress code didn't allow men to wear shorts, but did allow skirts. Showed up in a kilt until the rules changed. That's such a power move. Did they allow maid outfits? I would like to know if they allowed maid outfits. Currently door-dashing someone a Plan B. Here I come, girl. Help is on the way. Plan B one-step emergency contraceptive tablet. Wow! Ah, well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, I do hope some chaotic good picked you up this day from all the rage-baiting and doom-scrolling that is way too apparent on the internet nowadays. This is like a little oasis in a desert full of absolute poo. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day because you do deserve it, and I will see you again in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.